Hey guys, it's OKB. Now I'm borrowing SagePaint's account to show you guys Ashura on this account. Now obviously Ashura hasn't come out yet. The breakthroughs have not come out yet on the English version. However, it has come out on the Chinese version, and I've looked at the abilities, and I think it's possible that Ashura could be the next big meta. Now, there might be something in between, but I think by the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year, we should be able to have Ashura breakthroughs. So it's kind of important to take a look at what Ashura has. Now, keep in mind that Indra also does not have breakthroughs yet. We don't know which one's going to come first, Indra or Ashura. I don't think Indra is going to be the game-changing, like, super damage dealer type, but because he was a support before. Now he could become a damage dealer, but I think personally think that Ashura has a higher chance of being stronger. Like, and I took a look at his abilities in China at least, and they were pretty good, and they were really just countering Susanoo Shisui. Like one of his abilities was just flat out countering Susanoo Shisui's mystery, and also like stealing his standard attacks, keeping his own mystery cooldown to 0. So I'm sure that the Oasis, even if they release Ashura and Ashura doesn't beat Susanoo Shisui, they're probably going to change the ability so that he does beat Susanoo Shisui because they need a meta to beat the next meta. And his abilities were very obviously against Susanoo Shisui. All right. Okay, so he has a mystery. Let's go over the normal abilities, but first, if you guys want to check out the Coffin Ingot channel, if you guys can see here, the Coffin Ingot channel, this is where I get my ingots, or this is how I get my ingots, and I make these methods, and I make some videos on the absolute best. Like, I try a whole bunch, and then I pick, like, 20%, I think, and then I show you guys on this channel. It's probably going to surpass this Coffin Element channel here, so check that out if you want. Okay, so Ashura. Let's go over its normal abilities, right? So, and then we're going to go over the abilities in China, and then we don't know exactly what the English abilities will be, but I can probably guess a couple teams I can throw in with this. I mean, one of the very obvious ones is going to be Ashura and Indra put together, right? So the brothers, the one of them does like irremovable paralysis, stopping chases. The other one stops standard attacks with abilities, and also he can't. Well, I mean, I guess he doesn't have an ability that stops mystery skills, but he does have abilities against critical rate, which is what Susanoo Shisui does as well. Susanoo Shisui like, lowers your critical rate or something, but so does Ashura. And he also lowers injury, which is a pretty big deal because a lot of people rely on. A lot of people with power rely on having really high injuries. So with this, like with a change of injury with his new Ashura's new abilities, if they include the injury part, like lowering their injury to like 0 or half or something like that, then the people who rely on injury will no longer have such an easy time beating people out with their power. All right, tactics will matter a lot more, and it's gonna make some people mad. It might make you mad, but I kind of like that tactics matter. I mean, you can be comfortable and just sit there and kill everything, but that gets boring quick, and it's more exciting if people can be skillful with it. Okay, so I do like Ashura's abilities according to what we see. But let's go over the normal abilities first, and then we'll go over the +2 and the Y skills that he has in China, and then try to make a couple teams with him and see what happens. All right. Okay. First, his mystery is undodgeable damage to all units in the field, 3 combo interruption. So it's kind of like Edo Hashirama. And then he causes knockdown. It suppresses immunity and causes enfeeble, which enfeeble lowers their attack and ninjutsu to 75% of their original, I think, and then suppress immunity until the end of the next round to one guy. So enfeeble to one guy, knockdown to one guy, suppress immunity to one guy, interruption to everyone else though, and then 3 combo. That's okay. It's just okay. He is okay. He's swordsman Senjutsu. Where is it? Is he Jinchuriki? Hold on. Is that a Jinchuriki sign that I see here? Does he count as a Jinchuriki? He is a Jinchuriki. Interesting. He gets some Jinchuriki buffs. I mean, you know, Edo Fu with the barrier. Actually, Edo Fu has is in recruitment feedback, which I'm gonna do. Where is he? Or no, he's not in recruitment feedback. He's in capsules. You can get a whole bunch of fragments of her here, which is nice. I'm gonna do this for a lot of my accounts. I'm probably not gonna go to 500, but yeah, you can also get Ashura fragments from here. Also in recruitment feedbacks. Is recruitment feedback on? I don't see it. Maybe I'm just missing it, but I don't see recruitment feedback, which makes me not want to spend as much. However, like getting Edo Fu is so difficult that I am actually willing to just spend even without the recruitment feedback. Yeah, so I think it's still worth it. But yeah, you can also get Ashura fragments. If you want Ashura personally, I think recruitment feedback and Carnival Celebration at the same time would be good. But I just don't see recruitment feedback at the moment. I feel like it's usually here, but I feel like I'm blind or something. Maybe it's not. Okay, anyways, back to Ashura abilities. Yeah, so Eastern Turkey, if you use Edo Fu, which counters Susanoo Shisui, then it's a perfect thing because he can use standard attacks. He also have abilities that go against standard attacks, but it's like a hold on, Susanoo Shisui breakthroughs, Ashura. Okay, there we go. So Ashura is technically Jinchuriki, and so he will benefit from Edo Fu's barrier, and so you could probably make a team with that. So that's our team number one that we can think of it. Ashura, Edo Fu, some main character. I guess we have to make a second. I mean, you could throw in Indra, for example. That'd be pretty easy. But the second Edo Itachi breakthroughs or Chinese Neji. I mean, Chinese Neji is awesome. Like, you can use him right away and just have Ashura Mystery Round 1 and just hit everyone really hard, right? Okay, anyways, back to the standard attack. So, let's see, standard attack hits 3 to 4 people. 3 combo reduces defense resistance, which is stackable by 8%. It's okay, that's not too crazy or anything. Also has a high chance of causing low hit to one of the targets. Keep in mind that one of the chases that their main character has is to lower resistance by 20%. And so this defense and resistance by 8% is it's decent. Something like a chase that you have on your main character. Okay, it's like 16% resistance, possibly. It depends on whether you're attacking with Taian Ninjutsu or whether how much your opponent's defense resistance is. It's a little bit different. Doesn't matter. Let's go to the chase. Repulse, knockdown, immobilize, and then ignores some defense and resistance, so it's extra damage. And from the second round in the battle, chase skill increases. So by round 2, you'll get an extra chase. However, you don't get it in round 1, and that's a little bit of a weakness. If it's a long battle, you have a sort of an advantage. If it's not, you could get blitzed out. So, it's not that powerful. And because he doesn't really have scaling, he does, but it's not very strong. It's not enough. Like, it's kind of like having a Ten Tails Madara fight. Six Master Naruto still beats Ten Tails Madara because he heals, and Madara doesn't. But Madara does a lot of damage. I think I saw some sort of like someone was trying to show me some sort of meta just lineup with Ten Tails Madara at some point with Ashura. That could work, and I guess Ten Tails Madara, Ashura would be the support. That's an idea you can think of. Let's see if it works or not. We'll see. Okay. First passive, Ashura's evasion is increased by 30%. Each time he chases, starting at 100%. Evasion limits drops by 10% per round. So basically, he has a huge evasion. Increase. When evading an enemy's attack, deal damage equal to 15% of the unit's remaining HP to the attacking enemy. So you want to have all. I mean, you can literally just have. If you have him as a support, you can like increase his life. That's his mood, basically. Just increasing life and then lowering taijutsu. That's probably the mood that you want. If he's a support. All right. Now the very bottom passive is gaining level 2 immunity to debuffs. So you can't suppress immunity. When Ashura is on the battlefield, the team's ninjas gain 15% ninjutsu and resistance when suffering an attack. Cannot be dispelled, but resets at the end of each round. So the first hit, you won't have any sort of ninjutsu resistance. You won't have any resistance to protect yourself. And so it's protecting against multiple hits, but it's not that useful. Which is why Ashura, while decent, is not the best ninja. Not a good support ninja either. I mean, he's okay as a support ninja, but he's like not... I guess it depends, but like I just don't see him being a very good, like a top tier support ninja without breakthroughs. All right, so let's go over to Kona Proxy, and let's take a look at what the heck this is. All right, Susanoo Shisui. Hold on. Ashura breakthroughs. So there's +2 Y, +2 Y, +2 Y, +2 Y, +2 Y. So completely full. All right, +1, +2. I don't know what the +1 and +2 is because they only show +2 on here, but that's the ones we want to look at. All right. Okay, so the +2, so let's see, unavoidable earth damage, 3 combo interruption to everyone. Same thing so far. Knockdown, suppress immunity until the end of the next round. I think, it still does the same thing here. Causes weakness seal. And if Ashura's life is above 70%, suppress immunity to all units hit instead. So what the heck is Weakness Seal? Let's click on this thing and figure it out. All right. Weakness Seal. Units suffering from Weakness Seal will have their attack and ninjutsu reduced by 75% of their base stat. Buffs and scales all disabled. So it stops them from scaling. Also, it basically removes all buffs and scaling. Wow. I see that's what Kona Proxy is saying, but it's possible that they're wrong. But anyways, you do reduce by 75%, which is a humongous deal, right? And so you want a mystery as often as possible. Okay, also you have a cooldown of 2 rounds, Battlefield cooldown of 1. And so you want to probably use Chinese Neji or something to kind of help yourself out there. But okay, that's what that is. Hop at the Y skill, the Suppress Immunity Y version. Let's see, Suppress Y, also reducing 75%. Cannot receive healing. Okay, that's the Y skill. Y mystery. Debuff is immovable, neglects immunity, and lasts for 1 round. Okay, so only lasts for 1 round. It stops the healing. I think I actually prefer the +2 for the offensive. If you're really sealing their attack and ninjutsu by 75%, then I don't really care about them healing because I'm just going to deal more damage and more damage and more damage continuously. So I like the +2 a little bit more, but you could go for a support on Y and maybe some other special methods with other support ninjas. If you want to use Ashura's position 1, maybe this could work with some other special skill, right? But yeah, I do think that +2's better. Just taking a look, but English version might be a little bit different. All right, the standard attack +2, attack all units in the lineup, cost 3 combo, reduce 8% defense resistance, stackable, high chance of a low float to unit hit. The only difference here is that you're hitting every unit in the opponent's lineup. It's a team, so it's not a field. And then causes 3 combo. I mean, same combo, same defense resistance decrease. It's not much of a difference, honestly. I mean, I guess you're hitting more people. That's it. Okay, the Y skill is attacking 3 to 4, so not everyone. Cause 3 combo, reduce 12% defense resistance. Now that is decent. And the high chance of low float to 1 hit. So I like the 3 to 4 in 1 versus 1. But I guess, I don't know, maybe if you're fighting Greater George Maru for whatever reason, which I guess it could work if you're sealing. Yeah, I mean, Ashura does seal standard attack, so I guess having Greater George Maru would be back in fashion, especially since Greater George Maru is also a swordsman, so I could probably just run brute with that. Yeah, it could work. All right, so I like the Y skill more just because it reduces more defensive resistance, and there's no guarantee that your opponent's going to summon something. Okay, repulse knockdown. Let's go for the +2. So chase repulse cause chase repulse cause damage, immobilize, and 40% splash damage to units 1 grid away. That's a position 1 sort of ability here. Splash damage. All right, so that's decent. So you're going to aim at somebody who is capable of being hit with a chase. That is a problem. So one of the things I'm noticing here is that this does not suppress super armor. And so you really need to... I mean, you got to aim at somebody who does not have dodge because I don't think this is unmissable, right? So I don't see any unmissable abilities here for the chase, at least. So unless one of the other abilities here has unmissable chases, then yeah, I don't see it. But yeah, I'll look down later. But I don't think the chases are unmissable, unlike Obito, I think. So there's a good chance you might have somebody who's dodging, somebody who has super armor, something like that. So you might have someone who is suppressing super armor somehow. That might be necessary because this repulse knockdown is a huge damage deal, right? But yeah, you're doing standard attack and mystery is a decent damage, but this ignoring some defense resistance and being able to do this more times, it's pretty important. Okay, but yeah, at the beginning of every round, starting from round 2, all ninjas in your lineup will have their chase trigger time increased by 2. Stackable up to 6 chases. So previously it was 1 at a time up to like round 5. Now it's up to 6, but you can get the maximum at round 4, I think that's what it is. Yeah. And you also get number of chases increased by 2 each time. So that's kind of nice. Honest. Okay. But yeah, that deals a lot more damage for sure. The Y skill is chasing repulse, knockdown low or high, and then causing damage and immobilize. So this does not continue the chase, and that is possibly a problem because if you chase repulse and you deal damage, but you don't cause something, you can't chase yourself. So maybe Toast Shiraya would work. I gotta remember that too. Toast Shiraya might be necessary for this team, because it doesn't cause knockdown or something. Like even with this chase repulse knockdown low or high, it doesn't cause knockdown. It doesn't cause repulse knockdown low or high. So he doesn't chase himself. That's a bit of a. I have issue with that, but at the same time, this means you could hit a lot of different random people. Okay, and just yeah, possibly. Okay, chase repulse knockdown low or high, cause damage and immobilize. This skill ignores a certain amount of defense and resistance. Same thing. Okay, so the Y skill, basically the only difference is just it chases every single normal status effect. So repulse, knockdown, low or high. And I don't think there's much that changes from here. All right. Yeah. They'll also increase chase by 2 each round after round 2 and so on. All right, the passive. So the passive, Ashura has level 2 immunity. He already had that. Whenever he evades an attack, recover 20 chakra, and counteracts with 15% of his life to his attacker. I think the 20 chakra is new, but he already has the counter attack thing. So, okay, whenever he executes his chase +2 attack, locks his own mystery to 0. So you have to be able to cause repulse somehow, and if you're able to do that, then attack the unit with the lowest life and cause knockdown, immobilize, and steals all standing attacks of that unit. That's kind of nice. You could steal, if it's a random person, it could be the earth main, it could be the water main that heals or provides shields. But it could also be a position 1. So it's the guy with the lowest life. It's probably not the position 1, but at least you get an extra standing attack, which lowers people's defensive resistance depending on how much, depending on which one you pick, the +2 or the Y. And if it's the Y, it reduces everyone's resistance by defensive resistance by 12%. And that means, you also deal more damage, so that's just nice, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Whenever he executes his own +2, locks his own mystery cooldown to 0. So that's another thing I want to talk about. He locks his own mystery cooldown to 0 if he executes his chase. Susanoo Shisui, on the other hand, locks it to 2. So possibly, Ashura is basically countering Susanoo Shisui, because there's no other ninja that I remember that, aside from Susanoo Shisui, that locks someone else's mystery to like 2 or something like that. Ashura locks it to 0, and so maybe Ashura's ability will override Susanoo Shisui, or maybe Susanoo Shisui will Ashura probably overrides Susanoo Shisui. It's so specific. There's no other ninja that locks your mystery cooldown to like 1, 2, or 3. So it's literally a counter against Susanoo Shisui, right? Because only Susanoo Shisui had that ability to lock a mystery cooldown. Okay, until the end of the round, and then attacks the unit with the lowest life. Okay, steal standard attacks, ignore some defensive resistance. Units hit cannot be revived, blah, blah, blah. Okay, but yeah, it's just that little point where you lock his mystery cooldown to 0 until the end of the round. By the way, Susanoo Shisui is technically free to play thanks to capsules, so don't be surprised if people start getting them here and there, even if it's small spenders. Ashura has level 2 immunity. Okay, so this is the Y skill. Level 2 immunity, when he evades an attack, gets 20 chakra, counter attacks, the same thing. When he executes chase Y attack, locks his mystery cooldown to 0 until the end of the round, then attacks the unit with the lowest life, causing knockdown and immobilize. And here's the difference. He enters explosive mode for 1 round. The skill ignores some defensive resistance, which is the same thing, and the units defeated by this skill cannot be revived. Now, what is explosive mode that he gets when he executes this chase Y? Well, under explosive mode, Ashura has super armor, and whenever he's hit by a taijutsu attack, he will increase the standard attack. The unit will have their standard attack attempt reduced by 1. Susanoo Shisui is the complete opposite. There's a good chance that if you hit him, he gets an extra standard attack, but there's a good chance that when he hits Ashura, he will have his standard attack reduced by 1. Interesting. So, Susanoo Shisui isn't completely blocked out. He's still going to use at least 1 standard attack. You can still give your opponent Susanoo Shisui an extra standard attack, but if you give him 2, then you can expect only 1 more hit from him. That's kind of nice. Whew. Okay, so between the two, I would probably go for the +2. I mean, lowering their standard attack is kind of nice. There's other like support abilities that can stop that. It's kind of hard to say. You either stop the mystery or you stop this thing. Maybe you can just do the out of fu barrier and just stop standard attack with out of fu, and then stop mystery, or at least the 0 effect of mystery with this +2. It's kind of hard to say which one. Depends on what abilities I think your opponent Susanoo Shisui is running. It's a lot of rock paper scissors here. But yeah, keep in mind Susanoo Shisui is still worth it, even if he's countered by Ashura in the future. He's just strong. He can also be used as a support. I think I mentioned that in one of like the top ninja videos or something of 2022 in like middle of the year or something like that. But yeah, I want to remind people that Susanoo Shisui is a support, right? And I'm gonna do so now as well. Okay, this skill ignores defense resistance. Okay, that's the level. That's the. Okay, this last one, because this I can't see past the text, so I have to do this. Ashura gains level 2 immunity debuffs. Hold on, is this picked? I have to choose this. Okay. At the beginning of every round, all units lineups will suffer 10% less damage, stackable up to 2 times. So by round 2, it's like 20% reduction of all damage. And we'll have the ninjutsu resistance increased by 20%, which is extra, which is also pretty nice too. And it's stackable. Lasts until the end of the round. This effect is active even when Ashura is defeated. Hold on, wait, stackable up to 2 times. Okay, stackable until the end of the round. So the ninjutsu resistance increase does not doesn't last forever, but as you hit him, you'll get more ninjutsu resistance. So it's possible it's better to just wait for your opponent to hit you, and then you get more damage when you do that. Okay. When Ashura is defeated, okay, whenever they suffer attack, okay. Alright, there we go. Additionally, Senjutsu ninjas in your lineup will have their mystery skills become unavoidable until the end of the round, and whenever Ashura executes a chase attack, increase the evasion rate by 30%, stackable, and lasts until the end of the round. The evasion rate limit starts at 100% at round 1 and reduces by 10% every round. Okay, so yeah, you just have a really high evasion rate, but there's a lot of unmissable attacks, so it's not like you evade every single thing that's here. But it's kind of nice. The Senjutsus having their Senjutsu ninjas have their mystery skills become unavoidable is, I mean, it's not just like his mystery skills are already unavoidable, so I'm guessing that if he supports another Senjutsu user, he becomes unavoidable. I mean, like, what's another good Senjutsu user? You know, I'm thinking about like Hashirama Final Battle, possibly, but it doesn't say that it's unmissable, but I guess if you use it with Ashura, it could be. Who knows, man? I feel like Ashura's better, but maybe Final Battle Hashirama has some sort of tactic, some deep tactic that you can use that makes him a better position 1 than Ashura does. But that's the number one thing I can think of when in Senjutsu. Other than that, I know some other random version of Minato or something like that. It's hard to say. But yeah, okay, maybe even like another version of Naruto, aside from 6 Pass, which shouldn't be true because 6 Pass Naruto should be technically the strongest one, but it's hard to say. I think Naruto is probably done after 6 Pass. I don't think there should be a stronger Naruto. Maybe a supporter Naruto, but not a stronger Naruto. Because 6 Pass is literally the end game. It should be the end game at least. But yeah, Kaguya would be actual end game, or might die Gate of Death. That could be end game, but it's not really. Probably not, because he nearly kills 10 Tails Madara, and 10 Tails Madara is weaker than 6 Pass Naruto. And I mean, this game is all, I don't know. Maybe because this game is all whacked up with how good a character is supposed to be in the game, that they make another version of Naruto that isn't 6 Pass that's stronger than the current Naruto. It's hard to say. Okay, at the beginning, let's go over the abilities. I mean, basically, you just get hit less. All right, that's get hit less per round, and then you increase your ninjutsu resistance by 20% whenever you're hit. Same thing, same old thing. Also, evasion rate's the same. All right, what's the Y skill here? At the beginning of every round, all units will have their combo rate increased by 40%. Interesting. Now, you don't actually need combo rate for Ashura. I mean, it hits 3 to 4 units, so I guess combo rate would be hitting 4 units instead of 3. Other than that, like, I guess you would also block your opponent from hitting 4 units instead of 3. It's kind of hard to say. I don't think combo rate is that useful, but it could be. It depends, right? Okay, Senjutsu ninjas in your lineup will have their mystery skills become unavoidable until the end of the round. Same thing. So yeah, basically Senjutsu users would just be unmissable. Mysteries will be unmissable. Whenever Ashura executes a chase attack, increase evasion rates until the end of the round, by 30%. So basically, start with 100% evasion rate. But I guess there's some stats that don't allow evasion rate to go through all the time, so you'll still get hit. And then reduce it by 10% every round. Same thing so far. Okay, I think this is the difference. Whenever Ashura suffers damage, recover 2% life. So that is kind of important. But if you're hit by like Indra's irremovable ignition, that hits through immunity to status, I think, then I guess you won't be recovering your life. And you're probably going to be fighting other Indras, so I'm not sure that's the best ability. Depends on who you're fighting. But also, whenever Ashura executes an on-field skill triggered by his passive, increases attack and ninjutsu by 5%. 5% is not a lot, but it is like, it's literally 5% for everything, so it's not like a 10% for ninjutsu, but then your attacks use both Tai and ninjutsu. So it's 5% is okay. You know, this is when you activate your passive on-field trigger by his passive. That's probably just his chase. And yeah, just his chase, honestly. Yeah, it's really just his chase. That's going to be activated. But his chase, number of times his chase does go up by 2 each round. So by the end of round 4, I guess you'll be getting 7 chases, and each chase will give you 5%. Some 35% increase in damage. It's kind of like Edomata, but slightly better, but not. I wouldn't say it's better. It's literally the maximum is literally like Edomata, so it's not that big of a. Yeah. I mean, I think Madara scaling is probably better. I would prefer that. But I guess this like one of many abilities that he has. Because this is literally like having 3 abilities and then putting it in one and just calling it one ability. That's literally what they're doing with these ninjas, these like top tier ninjas these days. Just have more abilities. But okay, the combo rate thing, I'm looking forward to seeing like maybe it'll stop people from causing low float or like causing some sort of chase. And maybe if you're using Ashura against Ashura or Ashura against Six-Pack Naruto or Ashura against Susanoo Shisui, because Susanoo Shisui does kind of scale with chases. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say. Combo rate, that 40% combo rate could impact the fight, I guess. It could stop chases because of your standard attacks. So yeah, we'll see. We'll have to see when it actually comes out. All right, so here are some ideas that I thought about. So first of all, I gotta think about like, is Susanoo Shisui just gonna be position 1? Ashura is gonna be the ultimate position 2, and we're gonna run like Midnight Blade, and then I don't know anything else. Indra, I mean, could be here. Is he just gonna be a support for Susanoo Shisui just to stop your opponent's Susanoo Shisui? Now, I don't think so, but it's possible to use him this way because Susanoo Shisui does scale more, like a lot more than Ashura does. But Ashura does ignore some defensive resistance with here. So Ashura probably can defeat Susanoo Shisui, but like he's like 10-20% better. I mean, depends on. I mean, there's a support battle going on too, but if you're playing on that same level, then maybe like 20% better. My guess, I'm not 100% sure. It could be like way better, because he does like directly counter some of Susanoo Shisui's abilities. So yeah, it's a pretty big deal, right? Okay, yeah. Remember, Susanoo Shisui's chase is also not undodgeable, so he could just do like one chase and then Ashura dodges it if you aim at Ashura. Okay, but yeah, some other ideas, some other ninjas that we could probably think of is, well, for example, Toshihashi Jiraiya. So you guys remember Ashura's abilities here? Because Toshihashi Jiraiya chases 15 combo and then causes repulse, right? But this chase does not cause another status effect. In other words, chase repulse cause damage and immobilize, and then some splash damage. But it doesn't cause another chase so that you can chase repulse again and again. It only hits one person. And so you're going to need that repulse from Toshihashi Jiraiya here to activate this ability here. It's not just Toshihashi Jiraiya though. Remember, this is a he can, the Y skill allows Ashura to chase repulse, knockdown, low or high. So literally anything that causes chase with combo. For example, Hiruzen, Toshihashi Hiruzen, the successor Hiruzen. There's probably some other ones, but I can't quite remember off the top of my head. But yeah, these kind of ninjas that can activate, knockdown, repulse. There's going to be more of them, as time passes too. Those will be helpful for Ashura's breakthroughs. So maybe one of them will be a really good support, and we'll see a team that you're not seeing here. Because maybe the support ninja came out before Ashura did. But yeah, this is like a Toshin Ashura is actually pretty nice here because Toshin Ashura covers round one. Like he gives everybody a chase in round one, and Ashura gives everyone a chase in round two. So it's kind of nice that they work together in that way, right? He's also Senjutsu users, and so you'll get like extra chakra from that. Yeah. Okay. So what are some other interesting? Okay, so let's see. In order for you to actually use your mystery every single round, you do need someone else's help because you don't lower your own mystery cooldown enough. You can interrupt somebody. So okay, draining chakra is probably something that you got to think about here because I mean, okay, Susanoo Shisui uses 40 chakra. Maybe you're faster and you stop him, but it only interrupts, and Susanoo Shisui basically reflects status effects. And so you can't immobilize Susanoo Shisui. You could probably use Hashirama, in my opinion, here. But, you can't really stop... Hashirama can't exactly stop mysteries from being used because he's a support. He's not faster than Susanoo Shisui in round 2. Ashura only protects himself. I don't know. It's kind of... I don't know what to think, really. Chinese Neji here. Lowering your mystery cooldown to 0. I'm probably going to run something like this. Like, this is probably my tactic. It's a little bit risky for, like, control purposes. So you could probably run in something like Scarlet Blaze with Status Reflect or something like that. But Chinese Neji, and then you increase your chakra with Fire Main. This is assuming you don't get controlled, which might not happen. So... yeah, Chinese Neji to activate your mystery skill over and over again with chakra. This is hard to say. It's hard to say. Like, there's no perfect team because all the weaknesses here can be covered, but then the supports will be weaknesses as well. But that's why they're supports. They're just there to die, really. What's interesting is Black Zetsu. Is gonna probably go back here. Like if we do a little bit of a Ashura battle, if Ashura becomes the thing, Black Zetsu is able to hit Jinchurikis, right? And then cause guaranteed immobilize and suppress immunity and guaranteed immobilize, which actually it won't work on Ashura because of level 2 immunity to status, huh? Okay, I stand corrected. However, he does have a 30 combo chase with repulse, removing buffs and shields. When your lineup's chakra is equal to 80. Okay, never mind. That's Black Zetsu is too risky. I forgot that Ashura had level 2 immunity status. Okay, one of the questions I do want to ask is whether Indra... I think Indra's paralysis and ignition still affects level 2 immunity because it's irremovable, doesn't count as a normal status effect. But I'm not 100% sure. You guys let me know. But yeah, these are these are my 3 ideas. I gotta take a look at like the Senjutsu users though, because that's part of his abilities. So we gotta take a look at Senjutsu Senin, Senin, whatever. Okay, so for example, Minato 6 fast Naruto, if anyone still uses that. Can 6 fast Naruto still beat out? I mean, 6 fast Naruto can probably still beat out Ashura. I mean, even Susanoo Shisui, if Ashura is able to take it or to stop him, like, okay, even if I don't do this, Edo Fu with her breakthroughs. This is not Senin, by the way. Yeah, Edo Fu here will be pretty helpful, just like stopping standard attacks, and then we can focus on the mystery on Ashura. Maybe we'll have. I mean, I think that technically Reserve Soul Tsunade could help here. Just to keep everyone reviving and alive and making sure they're still here. Maybe like an Earth Main so that they don't die in one hit. Ashura does reduce their critical and injury. Sorry, not critical injury. What was it? Ashura. Gotta remember all these abilities again. There we go. Excuse me. So, okay. Man, I've been forgetting how to all these abilities already. Okay, so standard attacks, low float. Okay, yeah, suppress immunity, weakness seal. That weakness seal basically just lowering their attack and ninjutsu by 75%. It wasn't the injury part. But yeah, you're basically lowering their attack and ninjutsu by a lot. I wonder if you can, like, if a super whale comes in and has both, because I don't know, they can. People spend thousands of dollars occasionally. You could probably go and throw in like Shisui, and then yeah, Susanoo Shisui. You could probably throw in like Chinese Neji, and you pick one to get your. Well, yeah, you just pick one. Susanoo Shisui locks it at 2. I think actually just using Chinese Neji on Susanoo Shisui would probably be the better idea. But yeah, probably like Fire Main instead with Status Reflect, just so Chinese Neji doesn't get controlled so easily. And then I also have like a Shields Illusion Mirror thing. And yeah, I mean, people will have to pick their poison. They'll have to guess. Like if I can even put Chinese Neji's position 1 here. And then scale on either Susanoo Shisui or Ashura, and nobody knows which one. Or actually, they could probably tell by looking at the life, but it takes some time, and then they might miss it. But yeah, Chinese Neji used it on Ashura or Susanoo Shisui, and then just scale and activates one of them. I mean, this could also work for like Ronin Zabuza if you don't have that. So it'd be kind of fun to have like Ronin Zabuza steal all your standard attacks in him. I mean, honestly, Ronin Zabuza might be better in some cases because he has this irremovable blindness that stops, like, goes for 2 rounds, which includes the next round. And so your opponent will have like a mystery but no standard attack that could work, right? But yeah, low repulse chase. Okay, so yeah, Ronin Zabuza actually works pretty well here. First of all, he's swordsman, so you can probably run something like Midnight Blade, and the Chinese Neji can just go die however they want. But yeah, Ashura, so Ronin Zabuza will stop their standard attack. Getting extra chakra from here. Chinese Neji will pick one of them, and you'll be able to get your chakra. There's a risk of getting controlled on your position 4, though. So I guess, like, chakra is not that easy. Maybe you just run something like Fire Main back. Yeah, probably just Fire Main. This Breeze Dancer. Scarlet Blaze. Probably just Fire Main with Status Reflect here. Just for the extra chakra that you can get here. Because Earth Main can get controlled, too. But okay, yeah. Ronin Zabuza, I like this idea of stopping the standard attacks in round 2, and then you can probably just ham in round 1 and then round 2. It's kind of hard to say. We'll see which one is better eventually. All right. Okay, guys. These are some ideas. If you guys have ideas for Ashura's abilities, and if you guys want to take a look, this is the link. Just type in Gonhua Proxy on Google, and you should be able to find this link, and you should be able to test it out on Ashura, on Gonhua Proxy to see Ashura's abilities. But yeah, these are some ideas I have here. I don't see a lot of send-ins, but maybe if like there's a new version of Minato or Hashirama. Final Battle Hashirama. I gotta think about this here. It doesn't seem like his mystery is unmissable, so actually having Ashura as a support is actually helpful. We'll have to see. Like, they keep changing his abilities to match something. I forgot. They changed his abilities a couple times. I think it was this one or Final Battle of Madara. Regardless, he has Senjutsu, and with his unmissable attacks, I guess he'll be strong. I don't know just how much stronger. I feel like Ashura will still be better, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Final Battle Hashirama will take it. Okay, I'm not going to get into Final Battle Hashirama. That's for another video, but this is Ashura. Let me know what you think about Ashura being the next big meta. Is he going to beat Susanoo Shisui? Is he going to be the support of Susanoo Shisui? Or is someone else going to come first? I always wondered that. Like, is Indra Breakthrough going to come first and then Ashura? Or is Ashura going to come first? I think that Ashura will come first because I don't think Indra has. I think Indra came later, right? With it came later, so Indra doesn't have breakthroughs yet in China. So I'm gonna guess that Ashura comes first, but that Indra will get breakthroughs later. All right. Yeah, but let me know what's the next big ninja they're gonna make that beats out Susanoo Shisui, or at the very least is a support that beats out Susanoo Shisui, or like counters something or something. All right, guys, that's a huge rant. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.